It's Sunday evening, November 7th. I'm trying to get ready for the week ahead. I want to share my analysis. Before I get started, I always try to show you new trade ideas. I don't want to show you some past P&L. For all you know, it's photoshopped, it's fake. Every single day, I show you a trade, then I follow up and I take a look at what that trade did from the prior day. Then I do my market analysis and I set you up with another trade. You're able to see these trades real time, you're able to see them unfold, and you're able to take advantage of them. I really want you to see how well this system works. I urge you, go back and watch the video that I produced last Friday. In that video, I described to you the price action that was unfolding early in the day. As I did the video right in this area here, about 2.5 hours into trading, I had mentioned I believe that we're going to see a low of the day, and I believe that that drop is going to fill in some of the gap. As that happens, we are bound to see some long red candles. When those long red candles happen, we will fill the gap and the market will set itself up for a really nice end of day rally. That will set us up well for some call lotto plays. Please go back and watch Friday's video. Every single video I do should validate this system. Ask yourself if you think you can learn from us and become a better trader. Anyway, let's go to the pick from Friday, Airbnb. I had mentioned to you Airbnb looked fantastic. It was my stock of the day. I love the daily chart. Stock absolutely blew through this horizontal resistance on heavy volume after strong earnings. Travel and leisure stocks have been gaining a really big bid on the notion that the economy is going to start improving and that people are going to get out and about again now that COVID cases are starting to decline. So these stocks are very hot on Friday. I believe Airbnb is going to continue to move higher. But I said, don't rush in and buy this lotto now. Wait for that market pullback. I have an overlay here of the S&P 500. That is the gray line. I'm going to put up the 1 OSI indicator so you'll be able to see orange line above 0 equals relative strength. Super easy. So we get this big market decline in here and look what happens to the stock. Yeah, Pete, you talk about relative strength, but look, the market pulled back. See, the stock pulled back too. Yes, it did pull back, but look at how much of the gains from the day it held. It is still super strong relative to the market. If this move were all just a gigantic fluff, just a big old head fake, you'd see boom, 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 higher in Airbnb. And as soon as the market would start to show any signs of weakness, boom, 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 long red candles right back down, profit taking. That's not what happened. Market starts to drift a little bit lower. Buyers are still in there. Buy, 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 buy. Can't get enough of it. Look at this nice little drop in the market. They run the stock higher. You know that buyers are clamoring to get in at this stage. Eventually, you get this big waterfall in the S&P 500. It was about a 15-point drop. Yes, eventually all stocks drop with the market if you get a big downward move. But you know that a stock like Airbnb is going to set up really well so that when you get that late market rally, the stock will participate. And you can see how if you were very, very patient, waiting into the last hour of trading right in here during this compression, and you'd have bought those 200 calls with the stock out of the money at 199.50, boom, went right up to 202.50. You had an opportunity to do really well. I still like Airbnb. I think that stock's going to continue to move higher. Let's take a look at the price action on Friday. Again, please go watch that video from Friday. I could see that the 1OP indicator, it's a proprietary indicator in Option Stalker, the entire day it was not able to get above 0. Let me expand this viewing area so that you can see. Right out of the gate, you get this little market rally, and then 1OP instantly drops down. That is a bearish signal right here, almost on the high of the day. Now, this indicator is early. Upward sloping trend line breach to the downside. Okay, now we're starting to see tails above body. These are also a sign of resistance. Long red bearish engulfing candle off of the high. There's your green candle to a new high, red bearish engulfing candle, tails above body, downward sloping trend line, 1OP can't get above zero. When you wonder, how is it that this guy has the presence of mind to say that the market is going to make a new low of the day? How does he know that this is going to culminate in long red candles? How does he know that this drop right here is going to reverse instantly and rally into the close? Those are things that you pick up with experience. And I could tell by the price action how things were shaping up for the day. And to help prove that point, here we go. This is Friday, noon Central Time. So about an hour after I posted that video, 1OP has spent the entire day less than zero. That's bearish. We're going to see a gradual drift lower. That's bearish. I'm short SPY. 467 was the level. I actually short futures, but because not everyone has live S&P futures data, I refer to SPY because everyone has that. Now we continue to scroll down in the chat room. I set targets. There's my stop, 469. I told everyone I didn't want to see the market rally above the last long red candle. It did not. I'm 468 bid for half the position, 467.50 bid for the other half, and I explained I want to be bidding for this because I want to buy that futures position back into weakness because I do not believe that the market is going to stay down there very long. Took my $1 gain on half of the SPY position there, $1.50 there. On average, made 12.5 points in the S&P futures, and then we traded the rally in the afternoon. So where do we go from here? What's the market going to do from here? By the way, really good bullish cross right there on 1OP comes in here early. That is a key bar. That is a green bullish engulfing candle. And that is why you have to set targets on the way down. Why did I think that the market would bounce like that? How did I know that we are going to get a little bit of a closing rally after selling like that? Well, first of all, I suspected that we would fill in the gap from the day. The second thing is that the market has been in a very strong uptrend. Third of all, this was a gradual little drift lower. When you get a gradual drift lower, drift lower, mixed candles, tiny candles in here, that's a sign that the market can't sell off quickly and rapidly, that there is a market bid out there. So we just have to flush out these bullish traders, and then the market will have a chance to rally. And I said we are not going to see a decent rally until we see a series of long red candles. So that's why you had to be taking profits on that big drop here. And then we got the nice rebound late in the day. So I'm going to run a very easy search tonight. I want to keep this as short as possible. So I put up my custom search and I thought, I've got a few variables I'd like to look for right out of the gate. And surprisingly, only one stock came up. So I took a look at it and I really like it. So I'm going to go with a strong versus S&P 500, strength versus S&P 500 on a 2-hour, 4-hour, and daily basis, D1 basis. I'm also going to be looking for a trade signal on a 2-hour, 4-hour, and a daily basis. So we've got that marked. So this should be a good swing trade when it comes up. Of course, I'd like to see the stock above the prior day's high in this strong market rally. I want to see stocks that are blowing through the previous day's high. Now, you know that we had some weakness in the market during the course of the day. I showed you that. So with the market closing off of its high and a stock able to blow through the prior day's high, this should be a pretty decent candidate. Good option liquidity, that would be important. Heavy volume on Friday. Also would like to see that. So here's our candidate, LYV. And this is a stock that I think you should be watching come Monday. Look for entry points. Stock gaps up. I'm going to pull off the SPY here in a second, but you can see SPY down, 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 down. What did the stock do? It held its own beautifully. That tells me buy, 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 buy. Buyers are in this stock. Buyers were in travel and leisure stocks. LYV sells concert tickets, so they should continue to do well as everyone starts planning events for 2022. Take a look at the daily chart. Boom. Look at that earnings reaction. That is beautiful. Earnings after the close on Thursday. That's what the stock did on Friday. Any retracement in this stock Monday morning. The ideal setup for us right now is, and let's take a look at the market because we always have to get our market bearings. Market has broken through this horizontal resistance, puny, tiny little volume. No bueno, no good. I don't trust this rally. When you have light volume, drifts higher like this after a breakout, those have typically led to a sell-off. Pullback, breakout to a new high, tiny little candles, tiny little volume. See you later. Same thing here. New high, tiny little volume. There you get your dip. Now you get into this little sequence in here where you're just drifting higher on minuscule volume. Wham, there's your drop. So I don't like this backdrop in here. I think we're due for a bit of a pullback. I would be very short-term trading, day trading primarily. If you get on a really nice stock, you can take profits on most of the position, leave some overnight. You get that nice gap higher in the market the next morning. You get the gap up in the stock, take profits, move on, look for your next opportunity. That's how I'm playing it. It's been working out very, very well. So I believe that the market is going to be able to hold its bid still fairly well for a few days in here. So LYV should perform well on Monday. Now, if the market opens lower, that is the ideal situation for us. Why, Pete? Why is a down open better? Because a down open allows us to find relative strength. So when the market is down and stocks are moving higher, those stocks are strong relative to the market. They're easy to spot. Also, when the market opens lower, we have an opportunity to buy these stocks. And when that market finally does find support and it releases, it catapults that stock higher because now all of a sudden you've got good stock momentum. And once the market finds support, like here, let's say this is the opening here and you get a pullback on the open. Once the market finds support, you've got that impetus right there, plus the stock already wanting to move higher. It is a slingshot. So that's why down opens are so good, because it allows us to enter and to join that longer term market uptrend at a very good level. Opens that are not good, in my opinion, that I do not want to trade, are gap moves higher and gap and goes in particular, because you have a lot of risk in that position, because when the high is in, ka-chunk, 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 uh-oh, now you're stuck in a bunch of positions. So you have to be very patient. If you get a big gap up, you got to wait for at least a compression to tell you that buyers are still there, or you have to wait for a little drift lower that finds support, then you can buy. And that little dip lower is excellent because, again, that allows you to find relative strength stocks that are inching higher when the market is pulling back. So lower opens are our best opportunity. That's when you can get more aggressive once that market support is there. Be careful chasing gaps higher. So if the market opens flat or a little bit lower, wait for that dip on Monday. You do not need to rush in. That will give you time to evaluate the relative strength on LYV. You want to see that orange line above zero when the S&P 500 is tick, tick, ticking lower. You want to see LYV tick, tick, ticking higher. That tells you this stock still has room to run. I like it. I think it's going to continue to go, but I don't need to be chasing stocks right now. I feel that you need to wait for those pullbacks and then get in. Have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you for watching this YouTube video. I'm Pete Stolzers, and I'm going to keep the trade ideas coming along with lots of education, so make sure to subscribe to the channel and please turn on your notifications so that you never miss another trade. If you like the content, please give it a thumbs up. I've loaded 2 other videos that I think you're really going to enjoy. Stay tuned. We'll see you soon.